pretty special afternoon for you, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. First game in the Premier League since several years, and the first game here back at Carrow Road, and after a terrific last season. And then, of course, to be there was such a great result, and also such a great performance. So Carrow Road was rocking today and really buzzing, and for that a really special afternoon, and of course we are all happy.
You've talked a lot of Timor in the past, but what more can you say about him? That was fine, Patrick, wasn't it?
Yes, of course, it was a great performance of Timor today, not only because of his goals, but also because of his workload, because of his capability to link the play. He's so important also for the spirit of the team. I can remember one scene in the first half when he was willing to run back 80 yards in order to gain possession back close to our own 18-yard box, and this a role model really for our spirit. So no one is thinking about himself, more about the team and what we can do for the team. And for that, not only because of his goals, but in general because of his workload, it was a brilliant performance.
With a player in general, not Timor, if they scored lots of goals in the Championship, you always wonder whether they can do it in the Premier League. But he's proven that he can do it at the top level, isn't he?
Yes, that's right, but we have to prove it also the next 36 games, so it will be quite important. So my feeling was in general was a top class performance today, and in general, quite good team performance. And of course, if the team is playing that well, it's of course for the striker also a bit easier to score. But he was also, especially in the second half, pretty clinical in his finishes, and it's a sign of his quality. For example, the second goal, it's exactly the right strike to try to go through the legs of the opponent into the short corner, and also the third goal then to have this natural instinct. And I'm pleased with his finishes today.
Newcastle probably weren't at their best today, but did you make them look poor, do you think?
My feeling is our performance was quite good, and if we are top in our topics, then for each and every opponent it's difficult. My feeling was the first half was perhaps even better than the second half, so we were a bit like a thunderstorm in the first half. We created many lightnings, sadly just lightning crashes in the first half. I would have preferred to be 2 or 3 goals up at half time, so that the game would have been already done. But in the second half we controlled the game a bit more. Were then also dangerous out of counter attacks and pretty clinical in our finishes. And for that, my feeling is a round-up performance, and I'm pretty pleased with this.
I think you have a slogan in the club that is ignore the noise or similar. How difficult was it to do that this week after Anfield, with the whole the nation talking about you basically in a way that they weren't when you were in the Championship?
To be honest, it's always difficult in this business to ignore the noise, because it's all about, pretty often, like this business is about contracts and money and opinions and agents and something like this. So, but it's important that, and this is more or less our attitude, that we don't care so much about the surroundings, the circumstances, even not about the results, to be honest, more like about what we have to bring on the pitch and our topics, the topics where we have to be good, and on our tactical workload and what we have to do. And this is quite important, to focus on the most important thing, and this is the work on the pitch. And then, of course, 90 minutes on the weekend on the pitch, and for that, big compliment to my lads, they were brilliant today.
Can I just ask one more question about Todd Cantwell? He had 2 assists today. He's perhaps one of the more surprising starters for people who outside the club. Can you talk a bit about how he's progressed in the past year under your charge? Yeah, we try to improve our young players each and every day, and I don't like to praise my young lads so much. Even Todd has to improve further on and to go further on, and he has to stay focused. And we have lots of competition in the squad, and he needs to do this. But one thing is for sure: there are no gifts. So it's not like he plays just because he's a local hero. He's just young, so he delivers. And my feeling is, at the moment, he's really pretty focused and improves from day to day, and hopefully you can go on, but he has also to go on. Thank you.
The fact that you trusted him to start both games, though, must be quite encouraging for him, though.
To be honest, I don't like to praise the young lads too much, because everyone is speaking about the youngsters are our future, and we buy into the youngsters or whatever. But the most important thing for me is how you act, not how you speak. And it's more like I think I'm also pretty strict with my young lads, and we work a lot on them, and I want them each and every day to improve. But it's more like they also know, okay, when they're good enough, then I play them. It's not like I speak about, okay, they are our future in 4, 5 or 6 years, and that's the most important thing, that they feel that I trust them. And there's no better sign to than to be in the starting lineup that the coach trusts you.
How much did you enjoy today, Daniel? I saw you orchestrating the crowd at the end. Must feel. I know you'll talk about your team. It must feel great getting that first Premier League win.
Yes, but to be honest, it's not so much that I enjoy the celebration after that, because my feeling is it should be a stage for the players and not for the head coach. So they had to deliver during this 90 minutes. But it's more like a habit, meanwhile, that our supporters want me to celebrate after a win. And my feeling is also they were brilliant today, and they also deserve some applause from my side, and they deserve that they fulfill their wishes. And for that, it's of course nice and to do this. But I enjoyed my team playing today, and this is the most important thing. So when we are good in our topics, when we are good in our game, this is what is the biggest relief and the biggest delight for me, and for that I'm always pleased when we are delivering some good football performances. And listen, of course it's nice when we reward ourselves with a result, but football can be also sometimes anyhow unfair and cruel, and for me it's more like I'm really happy when we are there brave and even a bit naive and just play our style and deliver these performances. And I'm pretty pleased with this performance and of course with the result today.
You were warned that it wouldn't be as easy in the Premier League, and you stuck to your attacking principles last week at Liverpool, and a lot of people said that's perhaps naive, but it seemed pretty easy out there today. Were you surprised at how little resistance there was from Newcastle?
I think there was resistance, but it was due to our performance. So my feeling was there was a top-class performance, and if we are there really good in our performances, then it's for each and every opponent pretty difficult. Yeah, for example, Newcastle last week they were there with a really good solid performance against the top-class side Arsenal, and it was a really close game. My feeling is they're not in a bad shape, and they have so much quality in the offense, and it's also difficult. There were also a few scenes. It's always difficult to defend all these crosses, and Joe Linton, Almiron, they are for me really outstanding players. And when you think about them, pretty soon Eddie Carroll, Dwight Gale is also available, Muto in the offense. For me, they have top-class players, but it was due to our really controlled performance. We had to control the ball today. We needed to control and dominate this game in order to put their individual quality as far as possible away from our goal. You can't do this in each and every second of the 90 minutes, but my feeling was we were capable to do this in the most time of the game, and for that it was a well-deserved win.